channel 90% Native. I'm Michelle and I live in Northern Virginia and I garden in zone 7A. This is another video in the series where I am spotlighting a native plant in each video. So today we're going to talk about Prairie Sundrops, or the botanical name is Oenothera pilosella. Now just a note, this particular sundrop isn't technically native to Northern Virginia. So if you look on Bon app, and I'll throw it up there, it shows that it's present in the state, but it doesn't show that it's necessarily native in the state. So I grow this one because I am able to get the seeds from Prairie Moon Nursery. Two types of sundrops that are native to North America are Oenothera biensis and Oenothera fruticose. The Oenothera fruticose is a plant that's more similar in size to the prairie sundrops versus the biennis. The biennis is a couple feet tall, like 1 to 2 feet taller, and I really like these shorter sundrops in the landscape. So if I can ever find seed for the Oenothera fruticose, or if you know how to source seeds for that variety, please leave a comment below, because I'd love to start growing those, which are a little more native to my area than the prairie sundrops, the Oenothera pilosella. And I just have to say, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing any of these botanical names correctly, because a lot of them I've never heard spoken before. So the prairie sundrops like full sun to a partial sun. They will definitely grow better in the full sun and be a sturdier plant for you. They're going to get about 1 to 2 feet tall, and specifically the prairie sundrops like a medium to medium moist soil. They're going to bloom in June and July. And are these edible? I don't know. When I was doing the research on the interwebs, there's not a lot of information. It says that, like, you'll see information that says it's probably edible, very similarly to the common evening sundrop or common evening primrose, but I wouldn't eat it unless somebody can tell you for sure that it's edible or not. So I'm just gonna go with no on that one. And as far as the way this prairie sundrops look, they have beautiful yellow, really bright sun yellow flowers that are in a saucer shape. The blooms are short-lived, but the plant blooms for about a month, so you'll get to enjoy them for quite a bit during the summer. And finally, from what I hear of all of the sundrops, is that they can spread very enthusiastically, which, as far as I'm concerned, I'm 100% fine with that, because they really are just spectacular looking. Those blooms are so pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and sow these. And if I didn't mention it already, the prairie sundrops, they do not require any pre-treatment to germinate. So you can plant them, you can sow them anytime you want. And you don't have to put them in the cold or scarify them or anything like that. You can just, I'm just gonna sow them here in this last bit of this flat, and I'm gonna put this flat outside, and I'm going to sow some here in this flat, and I'm gonna put this little one down under lights in my basement. I'm doing a little experiment to see if I can get a significantly bigger plant by starting them indoors under lights versus putting them outside and letting nature take its course. Very tiny seeds. I'm not even sure if you're gonna be able to see this. Okay. And like with all my natives, I sow these as heavy as I want to. Native plants will figure themselves out. You don't need to be trying to do like 1 or 2 seeds per cell. Okay, so that's done, and then I will put the rest in this little flat here. And now time for vermiculite. And over here in my seed flat, I'm just gonna tamp them down a little bit. I use this little tool that is called the hitch for my tractor, the trailer hitch for my tractor. And finally, I will put a little bit of cinnamon on the seeds that I sowed for inside so that I can deter the fungus gnats. Yeah, and so that is it for the Prairie Sundrops. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, or sharing with your gardening friends. Thank you so much for joining me to spotlight this beautiful native flower. I hope to see you again next time.